What if I told you that while the NFL's eyes are on stars and multimillion-dollar contracts, the real transformation might be happening quietly, right here in Washington? This is Commanders Fan News today, and the question that won't go away is, what is Adam Peters plotting behind the scenes to turn potential into real wins? The truth is, time is passing, and every minute counts in the mission to make the most of Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. After the draft, the first piece came, kicker Matt Gay. But that was just the beginning. With more than $26 million in cap space, the Commanders have become one of the most attractive destinations for high-caliber veterans still on the market. But the question is, will Peters act before the opportunity disappears? Let's start with the weakest point, the pass rush. The departure of Dante Fowler Jr. was a punch to the gut. His 10.5 sacks left a hole that no one has filled yet. In this scenario, the name Za'Darius emerges as a logical and urgent solution. Even without the same fire as before, he still commands respect, and his experience could be the difference-maker in big games. On the offensive line, the choice of Josh Connerly Jr. in the draft may have surprised, but Peters didn't hesitate. And what if Brandon Scherff returned to complete the puzzle? He didn't allow a single sack last season and knows well what it means to wear this jersey. Imagining his return alongside Laramie Tunsil would bring immediate stability and strong symbolism. In the secondary, the departure of Jeremy Chin still hurts. Will Harris arrived, but the name that could elevate this group is Julian Blackmon. Precise coverage, flexibility to play both deep and in the nickel. Wouldn't he be the ideal addition? And in the backfield, Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Ekeler raised doubts. Jakari Croskin-Merritt was drafted, but it's not fair to expect him to carry the load so soon. Nick Chubb, yes, could be a risky bet, but after all he's been through, maybe he deserves a vote of confidence. And what about linebacker depth? Devondre Campbell may not shine like before, but his 9 years of experience, more than 850 tackles, and 7 interceptions make him a solid piece in case Bobby Wagner or Frankie Lavu need support. But the hardest blow was this: Trey Hendrickson seems increasingly out of Washington's reach. Hopes for a deal faded after the warning from Diana Rossini, confirming the Bengals are not willing to let him go. And if that door is closed, will Peters now aim at other names like Von Miller or bet on the talent already in the roster? And that's exactly what Charles Mann, Commanders legend and 3-time Super Bowl champion, warned about. In an interview, he made it clear, do not underestimate what we already have in-house. And more, he guaranteed Peters isn't done yet. Could he know something we don't? With training camp approaching and preseason knocking on the door, the time to act is now. Pressure is in the air. The clock is ticking. And maybe the next great name for the Commanders is already in the locker room. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these veterans would you like to see strengthen our roster? Do you still believe in Hendrickson, or is it time to move on? If you're a true Commanders fan, like the video, share it with other fans, and subscribe to Commanders Fan News today so you won't miss any key updates like this one. But it doesn't stop there. The name Dorrance Armstrong Jr. is gaining traction behind the scenes as a potential pillar of the defensive line in this news cycle. On the other side, Clelin Ferrell and Dietrich Wise Jr. are expected to battle intensely in training camp for the starting spot. And there's more. Javon Kinlaw might surprise by being moved to edge, a position he's played before in his career. These changes show that the plan isn't just about bringing in big names. There's a silent rebuild happening within the roster, a meticulous preparation to build a defense capable of handling any NFC East offense. Which leads us to the most important question right now. Do we already have the right pieces and just need to fit them into the puzzle? Jacob Martin's arrival may be underestimated by many, but within Dan Quinn's system, the same one that brought out the best season of Dante Fowler Jr.'s career, he could thrive. He has a background as an outside linebacker, and this environment might be just what he needed for his talent to explode. Legends like Charles Mann don't speak without reason. When a veteran with 3 rings says something special is being built, it's because he saw signs most haven't noticed. And maybe this is our moment. The moment to turn uncertainty into identity. The 2025 season hasn't even started, but the atmosphere is already one of decision. The Commanders are at a crossroads. Take a big swing at a top name or trust in what's being built quietly behind the scenes. The question echoing through the halls of Ashburn and the mind of every fan is simple but powerful. Do you trust Adam Peters' plan? Or do you think we still need one more key piece to compete with the NFC's elite? The answer could define everything. If you like this complete breakdown and want to stay updated on all things Washington Commanders, subscribe now to Commanders Fan News Today. Hit the like button, share this video with other passionate fans, and comment below who you think should be our next reinforcement. Because here, the fans' voice matters. And in Washington, the revolution has already begun. And if there's one thing this fan base deserves, it's hope backed by substance. After years of slow rebuilds, broken promises, and coaches who came and went without leaving a legacy, we finally have direction. A North Star. And that star goes by the names Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. Peters didn't come to play games. He came with a winning track record, with a vision of someone who has built champions. And Dan Quinn, a coach with a defensive mindset who knows how to turn average units into dominant ones. Together, they are building something different. Something deeper than flashy off-season moves. They're building culture. And that requires more than talent. It requires personality, resilience, intelligence, silence, and strategy. And if you look closely, you'll see that every piece arriving, every rumored name, carries exactly those traits. Julian Blackmon, a versatile safety who understands the game and can play in multiple roles. Nick Chubb, a running back who's fallen, risen, and now embodies the spirit of perseverance this franchise is chasing. Brandon Scherf, a return that would be more than technical. It would be symbolic. A reunion with our roots. Even lesser-known names like Devondre Campbell or Jacob Martin show that Peters is hunting value, fit, not just headlines. Now stop and think with me. In a division where the Eagles have one of the deepest rosters in the league, the Cowboys remain competitive, and the Giants are seeking redemption, how can we stand out? The answer may not be in a flashy name. It might be in the union of experienced veterans with hungry youth, in building an aggressive and unpredictable defense, in having the courage to believe that the collective can be greater than any single star. And that's why here at Commanders Fan News Today, we don't just talk about signings, we talk about identity. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Hendrickson stays with the Bengals, or if Von Miller is nearing the end of his career. What matters is that, for the first time in a long time, we have a clear direction, a solid base, and leadership that knows what it's doing. So, tell me, which reinforcement do you believe truly fits this new phase for the Commanders? Comment below. I'll read and reply to all of you. And don't forget, did you enjoy this content? Then show your support. Like the video, subscribe to Commanders Fan News Today, and share it with that friend who lives and breathes Washington football like you. Because the season has already started behind the scenes, and you won't want to miss this story. And look, I know we've seen it all with this franchise. Trades that looked like miracles and failed. Promises that never came true. Seasons that started with hope and ended in heartbreak. But something feels different now. And if you're a true fan, you feel it too. This time, it's not just marketing. It's not just noise. It's foundation. It's structure. It's vision. And the biggest difference is that for the first time in a long while, we're not just reacting to the market. We're commanding our own destiny. The arrival of Jayden Daniels doesn't just mark a new era. It represents a real chance to turn the page, to rewrite our story. But it'll only work if we do everything right now. If we surround this kid with talent, protection, and leadership. And then, my friend, no NFC East team will stop us. Do you remember what it felt like to root for the Redskins in the 90s? That sense of pride, of strength, of belonging to something great? We can get that back. Not with empty promises, but with every right piece, every conscious decision. With Peters working behind the scenes and Dan Quinn shaping a silent army, we're coming back. So that's it, fan. This is our moment. Now I want to hear from you. For real. Do you believe in this plan? Or do you think something essential is still missing for us to take the next step? Write in the comments. Let's talk. Let's build this new era together. And if this content made sense to you, do us a favor. Like the video, subscribe to Commanders Fan News Today. Share it with other fans who, like us, never gave up. Because being a Commanders fan is more than just watching football. It's enduring. It's believing. It's fighting for respect. And now, more than ever, it's time to command. Hail to the Commanders, and see you at the next battle.